And we're back here in the new office, finally getting stuff squared away here at the new Cal Lutheran Veteran Resources. Fuck, I'll edit that. Yeah. So today, obviously, you see we have females in the building.
Yeah.
In the military, we call them females, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, you can tell when somebody's in the military, too, because you hear them say female. Like, what the, who says female? You know, you're like, that guy had to be in.
Yep.
But this is, you want to say, or you already know.
Well, yeah, I'm Jen.
This is Jen. She was in some of the earlier ones. She was in IT.
Yep.
And then Chelsea.
Hello.
She was initially, you said, a rescue swimmer.
A rescue swimmer, yes.
And then cross-rated to AS.
Which was Aviation Support Equipment Technician. I was a mechanic.
And then RP.
RP.
The RPs you never see.
Yes, that is me.
But now there's just a total between 19 to 26 left in the world, which is not very many at all.
So when I was on the carrier, on the Lincoln, and on the George Washington, there was RPs, obviously, that mostly were in the library.
Yep.
Like with the chaplain. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh my god, like these, I want their job, you know? Because like, I was working on the flight deck, like, I know you guys have your own, every rate has their own, you know, pluses and minuses.
Right.
But obviously, for somebody that works on the flight deck and is like sweating from 6 in the morning to 1800 at night in the Persian Gulf, and you go inside and you see like the RPs chilling, you know, in the library with the chaplain with their coats on, you're like, oh man, like I wish I was them.
What is
but obviously, what is the whole? If you were to describe RP, it's not, because I know you do a lot more. Like, you get to work with Marines.
Yes, which was absolutely my favorite duty station, was working with Marines.
So it's similar to when you're a corpsman and get to work with Marines?
Yes.
Like FMF?
We have to go through the same training that the corpsmen do in Camp Lejeune. That
Oh, wow.
we go through this together.
Oh, wow.
So that's the only way we're able to be stationed with Marines is if we go through this training.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it really is awesome.
Yeah.
So being a female in the military, you hear a lot of stereotypes, I guess, about it. You hear a lot of things like, oh, you know, you know the stereotypes, but what would you have to say about what it's like being a female in your experience?
In my experience, being a female was easiest for me being stationed with the Marines than it was with the Navy. I had a lot more problems when I was stationed in a Navy command
Navy base.
as a female
Yeah.
than when I was with the Marines as a female.
Yeah.
And I think a little bit of it had to do with being an RP, since I was the only one in the entire command of the Marines.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a little bit of a different respect for them. So I think it was a little easier for me as a female with the Marines, but Navy commands, there was no kind of respect.
It's brutal.
It's very brutal.
And you were on a carrier,
Yeah, LHD.
right? You were on an LHD as a female IT.
Yeah.
And like the ship life is like crazy, right?
Yeah.
It's
every person out for themselves.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part is all the girls are out for themselves
Yeah.
and they don't bond together to like overtake all the guys.
right. It's a lot of. Is there a lot of drama in on the ship?
Yeah, you put 126 females in one room.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You
wow.
can
bir-
imagine what that time of the
I
morning
went
is
into
like.
I went into a female birthing one time, and holy shit, it was dirty. You think the male birthings on the ships are dirty? I was like, oh my god, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
What does RP stand for?
Religious Program Specialist.
Religious program specialist.
Yes.
And your job is to help
The chaplain?
Yes. Well, in combat, we're their bodyguard. Because
Dang.
chaplains
Wow,
are
that's
not...
cooler than
Yeah.
That's
chaplains,
awesome.
Chaplains are not allowed to carry weapons.
Right.
They're non-combatants. So in order for them to be safe in combat, they have to have a bodyguard. So that is what the RP does in combat. We set up for services, and then we do, we're their bodyguard.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
And then, like, when we're not in combat, we're sitting at a desk and we're doing lots of admin work
Paperwork.
and setting up appointments and listening to people talk because it's all confidential. We can't say anything.
Right.
So the stories you hear when you're an RP.
You hear the females that, oh, you're gonna get pregnant right before deployment.
Yeah.
Or, to miss out
There's
on.
always those females. Always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were some in my squadron.
Yeah.
There's a couple.
And there's guys that shoot themselves.
Yeah,
in the
there's
foot.
there's
Like,
guys
it
that
goes
drop a
both ways.
toaster.
Yeah.
They'll drop a toaster on their foot or
Yeah.
break their leg to get out of deployment
Yeah.
to go to
Crazy.
extremes.
Yes. It goes both ways. It just, I don't know, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
But it's just like anything, you know. If you're a female and you're worried about going into the military and being, I don't know, exposed to things that will make you feel uncomfortable or out of place, it's just everybody is experiencing the same thing. Male, female, dog, yellow, orange, purple, pink. I feel like as long as you're a really hard worker and prove yourself, like you said, then you're not going to have any issues.
What kind of advice do you have for females coming in? Because I've seen like 18-year-olds, you know, and now all of a sudden they're surrounded by guys and they're got probably maybe a lot more attention than they're used to.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do you have to like keep on your guard, or
You just have
Just-
to stay with your gut instinct and to be firm and don't fall into the peer pressure that may happen. Because as a female going, like my very first duty station, like you get there and come to find out they put bets on who can get into the
Meat
women's
market.
pants first.
It's
No,
It's,
way
it's
true.
a bet.
They did that.
What?
They did that at my command.
Yep.
too.
True.
Yeah.
So it come to find out there was a bet on who can get in my pants the fastest.
Wow.
And of course nobody won, but it's out there. It's
Yeah.
out there, and you just got to stick to your guns. And I mean, unless you want all that attention, then go for it. But
Don't be that girl.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Please don't.
I always
awful.
told a lot of the girls that came in, and I might be biased. I said, you know, there's plenty of guys not in the command or not in the military that you can go meet.
Right.
yeah, don't date
Don't shit
within
where
your
you sleep.
command.
Yeah.
Don't date within your command.
I did that.
I did that too.
Yeah,
Don't
dating
do
with
that.
dating. Take it from us.
Yeah.
Do not shit where you sleep.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Do not
Amen.
date within your, just like being a civilian, you know. Don't hook up with your coworkers, and it just makes things
I've
Just-
rarely seen it work out.
very rarely.
No.
Yeah.
No. Just say no.
Just so you know.
All girls out there, just say no.
All right, well, I think that's gonna wrap it up. We just wanted to introduce Chelsea and Jen, and then obviously, you know, Chris, and we're gonna try to make some more of these episodes more frequently. I know things have been really hectic for me and for all of us here at school. But yeah, just let us know if you have any more questions for us or for them, and we will make some more videos in the future responding to them and talking about them and these situations and issues, and yeah. And Sticker Fire,
Still going strong. Still
Chris,
have
yeah.
a couple new campaigns.
I'll leave a link for his company,
Yeah.
Sticker Fire, below
Check
if
it
you want
out.
to check out his stickers. And Kalu, also Kalu's veteran Facebook page. I will leave that link below. Check out the school.
Sweet.
All right, guys.
Yay.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Yeah.